Good morning. The time is 5:32 on December 16th. I'm Madison Pergram, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. So if you're just waking up on this Monday morning, you probably hear rain on the roof. Let's go to meteorologist Kelly McShane. Kelly, they're going to need some rain gear the next really 2 days.
Yes, we're going to need lots of rain gear, rain boots, umbrella, rain jacket, everything you've got, because that rain is coming down and coming down pretty hard. Let's go ahead and take you to Pinpoint Doppler. Once again this morning, we're seeing that steady rainfall throughout the majority of the region. Let's go ahead and zoom in on a couple of places. Over just west of Interstate 75, Pine Knot, you folks just saw the heaviest of the rainfall. Williamsburg, get ready, about 5 minutes. You are going to be seeing that very heavy rainfall. That's going to continue to push through Whitley County, and it has a little bit of thunder and lightning with it as well. Up towards Pike County, Pikeville and south, you folks are seeing very heavy rainfall. Be careful traveling US 23, US 119 throughout the entire region, but especially in Pike County. That rainfall is coming down pretty hard, making it hard to see out there as well. Almost 0 miles of visibility over into Pikeville throughout the region, mainly seeing reduced visibility. So be very careful on the roads. They are wet and it is very hard to see out there. Flood watch in effect until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. That includes everybody in eastern Kentucky as well as some of our counties in Virginia and West Virginia. I'll continue to track this heavy rainfall throughout the morning right here, Madison.
Thank you, Kelly. Well, many towns all across Kentucky hold annual holiday parades. But for the community of Eubanks, this year's parade took on a whole new meaning when a Grinch out to steal the spirit of the holidays cut the cords of hundreds of dollars worth of Christmas displays just 1 week before their annual parade. But much like the people of Whoville, those in Eubanks would not let the break a beloved Christmas tradition.
We're not quitters. We don't quit. This has been an ongoing thing for probably 30 or 40 years in this community. So we're going to continue the tradition one way or another. We're going to do it for the kids.
The Eubanks department worked for more than 5 hours trying to save the lights that they could. And for the ones that could not be saved, the community donated hundreds of dollars to replace, making the Eubanks City Park merry and bright just in time for the parade and pictures with Santa. Well, for almost 20 years, the Leatherwood Blackie Clinic in Perry County has hosted a Christmas for Kids program, giving out toys and clothing to more than 100 children. It was run by Ralph Hall, who died just 3 months ago. This year, they renamed the program Ralph Hall Christmas for Kids. WYMT's Emily Bennett talked to organizers about what Ralph meant to this community.
The sound of Christmas brings smiles to kids' faces.
It's just an incredible asset to this community.
For nearly 20 years, the Leatherwood Blackie Clinic in Perry County has hosted a Christmas for Kids program.
And he wanted to make sure that they all got a toy and some clothes for Christmas.
The he that Pauletta Breeding is referring to is Ralph Hall.
He just had a heart as big as Texas. And this was his thing. This is what he lived for all year besides God.
Paul worked at the clinic for more than 30 years and started the program.
He was a very loved person. He never met an enemy. He never met someone he didn't know and didn't like.
He died just 3 months ago.
Everyone has a heavy heart, but just as in all of life's aspects, you have to remember the good times, and this was a good time for Ralph every single year that he was here.
So this year, in honor of him, they renamed it Ralph Hall Christmas for Kids.
You know, it was just his joy.
Knowing that he was there, even if just in spirit. In Perry County, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, the clinic gives away $50 worth of toys and clothing to each child, and they usually fundraise all the money to buy the gifts, but this year they got many donations from friends and family of Hall. And 10 years ago, in the month of December, a shooting sent shockwaves to the community of Leatherwood. Well, on December 8th, 2009, Dr. Dennis Sandlin was shot and killed in the Leatherwood Blackie Medical Clinic in Perry County. Sandlin was shot by John Combs after refusing to write him a prescription for pain pills. Yesterday, the clinic took time to remember him before their newly named Ralph Hall Christmas for Kids celebration.
Dr. Sandlin was a well-loved provider. He was a very active provider. He was part of the community. He lived here. His loss has never exactly been recovered from. He was an irreplaceable person.
Mike Caudill said that one of Dr. Sandlin's favorite times was the Christmas season and seeing all the children receive gifts at their celebration. Well, this Christmas at Henry County woman will be singing carols at her home for the first time since a crash left her paralyzed and initially unable to speak. One song in particular has a special place in her heart, the one written by her sister, which she credits with giving her the ability to talk again. Mike Fussell has the story.
The pictures show just how brutal getting hit by a truck was for Becky Raines.
My husband was killed instantly, and it wasn't my time to go.
2 years ago, left without her husband right before the holidays, Raines was paralyzed. She couldn't talk, her sister Sherry Garland trying to give her hope.
I could not even swallow or anything. And so my sister had wrote a song.
I was trying to sing for her when she was pretty bad off, trying to just make her feel a little better through her pain. And I said, Becky, if you could try to sing this song with me, it will strengthen your voice.
So Raines gave it a shot, trying to sing the song they called Once Upon a Star.
Of course, we all started to cry because she could barely make the sound.
Month after month, things changed. Raines, over the course of years, builds up the ability and the courage to do this.
It lights our path and burns within our heart.
Crediting the song and her sister to gaining her voice back.
I do believe in Once Upon a Star.
She says she now goes to nursing homes to sing to others. And she's thankful this Christmas will be the first since the crash that she's home with family and not in a hospital.
We're more like twins than sisters or regular siblings anyway. We were before that, but I wouldn't be alive now if it wasn't for her.
But I'm grateful to have her, that the Lord let her be here, and it's been it makes my Christmas really special.
Now, Raines' recovery is making even more progress. Now she can sit up and hopes one day she will walk again. And the Kentucky family got the best holiday present they could have wished for, a new heart and kidney. 17-year-old Marcus Davis desperately needed both and waited for 1 year and 4 months for this Christmas miracle. After 17 hours of surgery, he is up and moving with 2 new organs. The relief this brings is one his mother says she has felt before. At just 5 days old, Marcus had open heart surgery, and at 3 years old, he had his first heart transplant.
Really, he's been fighting all his life, back and forth, and up and down from Lexington to Cincinnati, back and forth, doctor's appointments, blood work. The best Christmas gift I could ever get. I didn't think he was going to come so soon.
The average waiting time for a heart transplant can be more than 6 months, so people who are able to find a viable donor often count themselves as extremely lucky. If you would like to help cover expenses for Marcus and his family, you can do so through the Children's Organ Transplant Association. And a Louisville area man killed in Battle of World War II was missing in action for decades. And now 76 years later, his family finally got some closure as the veteran's remains were flown in for a military burial. The family thought Jack Baines was buried at sea. That was until a few months ago. A recovery mission led by History Flight uncovered several sets of remains. Baines was unidentified using dental records, and the family is learning a whole lot more about him now and says he is their hero.
It's brought us closer together because more stories are being told as pictures are looked at and stuff. But I feel like it's not just for us that he came home, it's for all the military, the veterans, the ones still serving in action, those missing in actions, that they come in and are honored along with him.
Baines was just 20 years old when he died, and he was one of 22 soldiers found in this recovery effort. His burial is scheduled for later today at Evergreen Cemetery in Louisville. And Governor Andy Beshear will sign a proclamation later today that will order the POWMIA flag to fly permanently at the state capitol. He announced the decision last night, saying, quote, "Every day we honor the sacrifices of Kentuckians and Americans who are still prisoners, missing or unaccounted for. To show our daily commitment to these heroes and their families, the POWMIA flag will be flown permanently at the capitol. I will issue and sign an official proclamation to ensure it will fly every day I serve as governor." And the day before Beshear's inauguration, the flag was flown as part of a POWMIA MIA ceremony held at the Capitol. In a solemn labor of respect Saturday, where volunteers laying wreaths at the headstones of those who laid down their life in service of our country. Scenes like this happen throughout the nation at 2,000 locations, and thanks to wreaths across America. But only at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia is this tradition carried out in such a large and moving display. Some 250,000 wreaths were hauled on 10 tractor trailers, and despite the rain, thousands of volunteers continued this simple gesture as part of the commitment to making sure we never forget. And it has been an astonishing few days in British politics, but there is one occupant of 10 Downing Street that does not seem bothered by it all. We'll have the details of Larry the Cat just ahead.
Heavy rain is here, and we could soon see some flooding issues that go along with it. I'll let you know how much rain we're expecting in my forecast coming up next.